everyone. My name is Sydni Epps. I am a former women's basketball player at Hofstra University. I attended the school in 2012 all the way until 2017. Yeah, I mean, if it was not for Title IX, when I was coming along, I feel like the women who've paved the way before me, I would not have had as many opportunities as I was able to have while I was attending Hofstra. Um, you know, for the women who have come before myself and my teammates, um, they allotted us to be able to just have the ability just to play and not have to worry about a lot of the other things that come along with being an athlete, especially a women's athlete. We got to just focus on the game. And I think that's something that folks and women who came before myself and my teammates, there was a lot of different obstacles that they've had to go through. And not to say that we didn't have to go through obstacles ourselves, but the fight was a little bit easier, I would say, for us coming up during my time at Hofstra, when it came to just being able to stand up for what we believe in, being able to have a voice for the things that we wanted to fight for. Having a women's administrator on staff was something that was also huge for us that I don't necessarily know if, the women before us didn't pave the way for us to be able to have a voice and be able to stand for what we believe in. That would be something that would be available. So I think for my time being at Hofstra, being able to have a senior woman administrator who was able to represent not only our team, but the other female sports that were on campus definitely proved to be a big help for us as we navigated Title IX issues growing up. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to just being able to provide a space for women to have a voice within their individual sports. I think it's super important for women athletes to just stand up for what they believe in, but also being able to help other young women who are coming up in the game. That was always our biggest thing when I was playing at Hofstra, was just what we're doing today is not necessarily just for this moment. It was for those who were, coming up behind us. And, for the girls who are actually there now, they've received so much more, I think, within their time that they're at Hofstra now, due to the things that, my team and those who came before me were able to fight for. And, we wanted to be able to have, just as much as, the men on campus had, if not more. And so I think for us, it was just always about how can we continue to just let our skills speak for themselves, but also being able to just be a representative of Hofstra in the best light, was something that our teams also believed in. And so, I think for, women athletics today, when it comes to Title IX, just being able to continue to let our young women who are coming up have a voice to be able to, share what they feel is best when it comes to their sports, their individual sports. So I feel that I can help inspire young women who are looking to follow into my footsteps by just being able to just be a mentor. I think for myself, being at Hofstra really was, taught me about mentorship, really was able to allow for me to connect with other folks who were within the sports industry. I didn't necessarily take the most traditional route after playing my collegiate career. I ended up working in professional sports rather than going to play professional sports. And for me, that was just because I wanted to just be a representation of a woman who didn't necessarily look like me coming up in this industry. It's not often that you see women of color who are in higher positions within the sports industry. And so for myself, that was always a goal of mine. Coming out of school, finishing up my college career, was, being able to be an inspiration for women of color who were coming up behind me to know that they had a lane too within the professional sports industry. Um, so for myself, I think ways that I can continue to help inspire student athletes who are looking to get into this industry is to just to know like it takes hard work. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it because you're not only paving the way for someone who may necessarily look like you, but also for individuals who may not necessarily always have the same opportunity as you. And so when you step into those doors, it provides an opportunity for you to be able to open up the doors and almost send the elevator back down for other individuals coming up behind you. And so that was always my goal, working in professional sports, and still my goal today. An inspiration of mine who has helped with my path within the sports industry um, has been Emeka Ofadel. He is the vice president of ESPN. But not only him, I also want to acknowledge Kara Lawson as someone who's definitely been an inspiration for myself, being in sports, working in sports. Um, Kara not only was a former WNBA player, but she is now the head women's basketball coach at Duke University, and she's continuing to inspire young women today as they're continuing to play. Continuing to play. And so, for myself, I will never forget, I had a chance to have a conversation with her as I was a grad student at Hofstra University, and I was getting ready to make my transition into the sports industry. And, it's a conversation that I'll never forget, being able to just ask her for advice, to be able to just know if this was truly what I wanted to do going into the sports industry. And so she definitely was a big inspiration and motivation behind, the reason why I was able to continue my career going into sports.